Okay, good evening and welcome to the Town of Eastchester Zoning Board of Appeals meeting for October. Today is Tuesday, October 11th, 2022. We begin our meetings by a Pledge of Allegiance. Please rise. Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, I usually reserve this time in the meeting to go over some of what we call the ground rules. Firstly, we observe Robert's Rules of Parliamentary Order. The abbreviated version of that is that action is taken based on resolution and motion, and then votes, and the public will be given opportunity when recognized by the chair to speak. As far as new matters, and we only have one on tonight, procedurally, the applicant will have an opportunity, as a general rule, to just summarize. I mean, you're free to read your application. It's not going to help or hurt your application because the application has been marked submitted, and all of the documents are a part of a public record. The board is generally given an opportunity to ask questions. The public has an opportunity to be heard, and then the board usually, after an applicant has any opportunity to reply to the public, will have a chance to sum up. So let's get started. I am going to adjourn the approval of the minutes to the next meeting. That would be the minutes of the September 13, 2022 meeting. And I'm adjourning the three items on for resolution because we are short one board member tonight, Member Miller, and Member DeMarco was not comfortable voting on the resolutions tonight because our fault. We did not get the minutes to Member DeMarco early enough. They were just given to him. So it will be voting at the next meeting. So we're adjourning those three items. So tonight's agenda will be one item of old business, which is 189 Montgomery Avenue, and one item of new business, which is 8 Hewitt. So let me just take the roll call. On 189 Montgomery, is the applicant present? And are you ready to proceed? Okay, and on the new business item, 8 Hewitt, is the applicant ready? You ready to proceed, Mr. Yanacito? Okay, good. Okay, let's go to the old business item first, which is 22-26, 189 Montgomery Avenue. You'll give me your name and address for the record, and I'll just mention that the public hearing is still open on this matter, and you may proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Chair and members of the board. My name is Jerry Barrett. I'm a landscape architect, and I'm the site planner for this project. This is a project where the owner would like to install a small pool and patio in their backyard. And we were here earlier in the summer and discussed this. At which time we showed the pool and we showed the patio, and we indicated that we were going to position the pool within 10 feet of the back of the house. That evening, the fire department commented that they weren't comfortable with that. They like to have that 10-foot zone to erect ladders, collapse zone for materials that may fall. And it was suggested instead that we revise the plan and encroach on the rear yard setback instead. I reviewed it with my client. My client was fine with that. I think we originally avoided that because we were trying to encroach upon the neighbor's house instead of an adjacent property. But if you look on the plan, you'll see that where that pool is positioned over that 10-foot setback line, we're proposing 6.8 feet or so as opposed to 10. We need like a 3.2-foot variance. But what's interesting there is we have to actually notch the pool down a little bit. The grade rises up, so we're going to be lowering it a little bit in the backyard. There's a little knee wall in the back, and then there's a mature evergreen hedge between where the pool will be and the adjacent neighbor. And on the adjacent neighbor to the north, you'll see from the plan that it's a driveway area. It's not an outdoor living area for anyone. So we don't think there's going to be any impact on the neighbor from that rear yard variance. And I think if you look at the plan, you'll see that fortunately the property is, the backyard is screened with arborvitae, tall, mature, so we don't think anyone's going to see it. We don't think it's going to have an impact. The other variance we need is that we're slightly over on coverage, I think of about 5%. And that's just because we're trying to give an area around the pool that they can have a patio, they can put some chairs, a dining area, a little kitchen area, and it is a tight lot, it is a corner lot. But again, we don't think there's any impact on the neighborhood, again, because no one's ever going to see this because it is so well screened. We've done an erosion control plan, we've done a stormwater management plan. We think short-term, there's going to be no impacts to the environment. Long-term, there'll be no impacts from stormwater because we'll collect everything off the patio and channel drains, put it in subsurface infiltration units. And once everything's done, we'll re-landscape everything, and the owners will have their pool area, and I don't think it will affect the neighborhood at all, again, because I just don't think anybody's ever going to see it.
Okay. Thank you for the summary. Procedurally, this matter was open to the public for the public hearing, and it's been remained open. So at this point, I'd like to ask anyone from the public who would like to be heard on this application and supplementation. Okay, having seen no one, I make a motion to close the public hearing on this matter. Is there a second?
Second.
Mr. Cahalan, all in favor? Aye. Okay, to the board. Mr. Cahalan, any questions or comments?
None.
Mr. Nerzia?
None.
Mr. DeMarco?
Nothing.
And I don't have any. You've fairly well demonstrated under the tests to my satisfaction. I'm going to adjourn your application for resolution at the next meeting, which is November. Is there a second?
Second.
Mr. Cahalan, all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you all very, very much for your help.
Have a good evening. Okay, last item on the calendar is new business item 22-39, 8 Hewitt Avenue. Name and address for the record, and while you're setting up, this is a proposed structure over an existing outdoor barbecue and kitchen. Proceed.
Good evening. My name is John Yanacito. I'm an architect, and I'm representing Mr. and Mrs. Bull, the owners of the subject property. We are requesting area variances to construct a roof structure over the outdoor barbecue kitchen area located at the rear yard of the existing residence. I'm just going to quickly go through the plan with you, so I'll come up there. So here is the site plan showing the location of the kitchen barbecue space highlighted in yellow. And then this is a blow-up of that kitchen barbecue plan showing the relationship to the principal structure, and it is adjacent to two sides of the principal structure. And then here are the elevations of the outdoor kitchen barbecue area with the proposed roof structure above. So a permit to construct the outdoor barbecue kitchen area was issued by the town or by the building department on June of 2022 this year. And the outdoor structure complies with all zoning requirements. As an uncovered structure, the barbecue kitchen area does not require a minimum separation to the principal structure. The addition of the roof will change the zoning requirements, and with the roof structure, the barbecue kitchen area will require a 14-foot minimum separation to the principal structure. So adding the roof will not change or decrease the current separation between the outdoor kitchen and the residence, but it will require 2 area variances. So the current separation from the kitchen to the principal structure is 6.7 feet on one side and 10.7 feet on the second side. A deficiency of 7.3 feet on the first side and a deficiency of 3.3 feet on the second side. So those are the 2 area variances that we're requesting. Thank you for your time, and happy to answer any questions.
Sure. Mr. Yanacito, at this point, we usually go to the board, but I have one question, and I'm going from memory. There was a photo in the application with an existing kind of like a bluish canopy. Is that where this is going? Because I can't tell from the illustration.
So the bluish canopy currently is, it's part of this application that is approved and is going to start construction soon.
Okay.
It's this covered patio area here.
Okay.
With this new fireplace. So that canopy's coming off, and they're doing an addition at the back of the house, which will be a covered patio area.
I see.
So that would be, so if we go back to this site plan, that would be in this general, this addition here,
Okay.
right here, and the kitchen are part of the application that was approved and will be starting construction soon.
Yeah.
So before they started that construction, they wanted to add a roof structure to this kitchen area. And that's
Okay.
what we're here for.
Thank you. I just wanted to get some orientation on that. Okay, to the board for questions or comments. Mr. Cahalan?
I'm just trying to understand, when I went to the property, straight back when you go down that driveway, so, sometimes you can't get all the way back there because of, things. So my question is in relationship to that big garage, where is it in relationship to that garage?
Okay, so here is the garage.
Yeah,
So you're in the street, this is the long driveway coming up.
yep,
The garage is back here.
uh-huh,
There's a large tennis court
Yep.
behind there. And then the residence, the existing residence is here. This is the proposed covered patio, which was approved under a separate application. And the outdoor kitchen area, which is highlighted here, which was also approved under a separate application back in June of this year.
so how far away is it from the garage?
So
Approximately.
the setback to the garage, it's pretty close to the garage. It's probably maybe 5 feet from the garage, but because they're two accessory structures, there is no separation required between the two accessory structures, only accessory structure to the principal building.
So now, my other question would be, because you're adding the roof, you need the variances, right? I'm master of the obvious, I know, just bear with me. So, did we have the fire department comment on this as well, because it's close to the house?
We did.
Yeah,
Mrs. Yuli?
and I'm sorry, I meant to put this in my notes. I did forward the drawings to the fire department, and they were not concerned about it.
Okay.
They confirmed that.
I have no further questions.
Thank you, Mr. Cahalan. Mr. Nurzia?
No questions.
Mr. DeMarco?
No questions.
I don't have anything at this time. Is anyone, so I'm staring at an empty audience, but I'm duty-bound to say, I make a motion to open this matter to the public hearing. Is there a second?
Second.
Mr. Cahalan, all in favor?
Aye.
Seeing no one come forward, I make a motion to close the public hearing on this matter. Is there a second?
I'll second
Mr.
that.
Cahalan, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, back to the board. Any questions or comments?
Nothing.
Mr. Cahalan, Mr. Nurzia?
Nope. Nothing.
Marco? I've thoroughly reviewed your application, and it seems like you've answered the 5-part test to my satisfaction. I make a motion to adjourn your application for resolution at the next board meeting. Is there a second?
Second
Mr.
that.
Cahalan, all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank you.
Yanacito.
Have a nice evening. Thanks.
You too. So we have nothing further on the calendar. I just want to, before I adjourn tonight's meeting, I want to remind the viewing public that the November meeting is our last full meeting of the year. The December calendar for a meeting is strictly for resolution, and if there are resolutions of substance to be heard at that time. The next meeting of substance thereafter would be January if you're looking to put in a new application. Okay, I make a motion to adjourn tonight's meeting. Is there a second?
Second.
Mr. Cahalan, all in favor?
Aye.
Good evening.